So how do you plan your meals when you're the only one in the house that eats a vegetarian diet?
So that's definitely challenging, but not impossible. There's definitely a lot more resources than there were before. Definitely, like we have online, there's soscuisine.com, which is actually a meal plan structured for, you could choose for vegetarian, semi-vegetarian, lacto-ovo, vegetarian, whatever lifestyle you plan to embark on. And you could choose that for one person. So that's really, you could customize your menu to the likes and dislikes that you have, while making sure that you're getting, like we mentioned before, a complete nutritional profile. Since it's made with dietitians as well, we're assuring that you're having the variety of food that you need to make sure that you're meeting your needs. So that's definitely one option. It's very helpful for people starting out.
Good.
You know, and also the one thing with that is, as easy as it could be, it could also be complicated because one of the best thing to share in a family or in a couple is food.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's possible to do so, but it's also not practical at times because if you can't share the meal that you spend with somebody, you can go to restaurant, have a romantic dinner and share the same thing. You have different views because often it depends with the views. If you're with somebody as intense as I am, you just won't accept somebody that'll be eating meat in front of you. So obviously I would never have romantic dinner with somebody that eats meat, but some people with time, the mentality change. You know, you could try something in the beginning and then you see a lot of documentaries, you see things, and then you really become against it. Mm-hmm. So it goes with the values and how you are with people and how you feel about it and the reason why you're doing it and how flexible you are. And me, you know, with my friends, obviously I am, but I don't live with them. But it'd be a total different story if I was living with somebody that had to eat meat and had to share a barbecue and pot and pans with, because there's no way that I would ever put any food in a pot of pans that had meat in there before. And that's the way I am.
You're definitely very passionate about it.
Yeah.
And would you have any advice for someone that is starting a vegetarian diet?
Definitely, and I mean, I did want to comment on what you were saying, Georges, about introducing people to it as well. There's a lot of foods and dishes that are definitely crossovers between people who are omnivores, which eat meat and non-meat, and people who don't eat meat. So, you know, that the vegetable sides, you know, if you have a starch, quinoa, things like that, those are all things that you can share with people who are meat eaters. So that's a nice way to kind of introduce them to that type of cuisine. So for people starting out, definitely it doesn't have to be complicated, the recipes. You know, you could find, again, a lot online. SOS Cuisine, they have a lot of very simple recipes. But, you know, vegetarian recipes don't have to be complicated. You can make, you know, things like chilies or even a plate of nachos. You can make that, you know, vegetarian. So there's a lot of simple dishes, you know, omelets if you're going vegetarian and not vegan. There's a lot of things that you can start out with that are simple, that are still vegetarian. It doesn't have to be more elaborate or take more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad that there's tools like SOS Cuisine for people because I'm not a good tool for it because I'm too intense. And when I talk to people, because of how animals suffer to end up in their plates, how bad it is for a healthy environment, I don't understand people that become vegetarian. I'm like straight vegan, 100% all the way. And I try to explain to people why you should have that lifestyle. And if people want to try out stuff, well, Professional or SOS Cuisine site like that, if it helps them out, great. But if people talk to me, want advice from me, they're going to get the full-blown hardcore answer because
well, for some people, it might be the thing that they need or that might work for them.
Yeah, we
it's
need
for
people
others
like you, Georges,
that
you know,
are very
to like
passionate
be passionate.
about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you know,
It's for some people it may be a more gradual approach that would work. So
the thing that I don't understand is that to people that live a vegan lifestyle, cruelty-free animal products, like what you wear also animal-free and not encouraging any stuff, I see those people live at 100%. Because the body does not fight all the chemicals and the HGH and all that stuff that is injected in the food today.
Yeah.
The rest of the people that are vegan, they live at 70%. Because the body fights all the time something that they're eating that is not healthy, and that's how I look at it. So life is so short, why would you want to live at 70%? Why don't you give your body the best fuel, the best way to live? And then you feel no ache and pain. I sleep 5 hours a night. I'm full of energy. I'm like, I cure myself from diseases. And some people that have cancer, there's so many testimonials online that talks about how they didn't do chemo and they just changed the way they eat. How many people would heard testimony about how they were sick? And that was the last resort to be vegan, because God knows vegan is so harsh that let's wait till we're sick before we adopt it, and then we'll see what it does. To some people it has worked. Why wait until you're sick? If you're healthy now, you adopt this lifestyle, you live at 100%, then you really enjoy life. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so intense. And I know a lot of people don't think that way. But the one that needs to be whipped by me with that message, and it worked, thank God that they'll try it out and I'll see the difference, what I'll do and with them and stuff. And for the little softy one that don't like harsh message, there's nice nutritionists that are neutral that will help you, and there's nice site like SOS Cuisine that won't yell at them and will give them good ways to do things.
Yeah, well, your story is very inspiring, that's for sure. The one thing I was worried about when thinking about becoming vegetarian is what do I do when I'm not at home, when I go at a friend's house or at the restaurant, or, you know?
You know, now there's so many restaurants now that are vegetarian in Montreal, and also, even if they're not vegetarian, every restaurant now has options for people that are vegetarian, because the growing population of it is so big. And when I go to people's house anyway, because now they know that I'm vegetarian, now they're used to it, so they're usually happy because they get to try something different. In the beginning, I had to bring some stuff in the beginning when it was new and people thought it was just a trend I was going to do for a couple months. Now it's been 4 years now, 5 years now, so people know that I adapt this for life, especially now that I'm co-owner of 2 Raw Vegan restaurants. But now it's easy, people are making stuff and they find it easy to cook. Doesn't take long to cook vegetables, grains, as to cook meat, right? So people like having fun with their dish, and some people make fun of me to give me a piece of grass on my plate sometimes when they eat at their house as a joke. So here's your dinner, and it's funny, I laugh about it and stuff. But no, it's awesome. Even coming here today for the shooting, you guys make unbelievable, great vegan dishes to accommodate 2 vegan people that were here today. That was awesome. It is just so great. Whoever cooked that could open a restaurant, and I'd be their #1 fans. It's so good. And those recipes will be in SOS Cuisine, so I'll be a fan of that site, because it was awesome. It's so easy to do. It looks so great. And I think that everybody in this room that work here today will be convert vegans now. It's so good.
We hope so. Well, thank you very much for your advice. It's very helpful for people like me that are considering becoming vegan or vegetarian. Thank you.